Welcome to the NC Spin After Spin. Additional comments from our panelists just available on our website. John Hood, what do you wish you had said on last week's show, but you didn't have time to?
Well, Tom, but quite literally, I was planning to say something that we didn't have time to do. We usually do that segment, Tell Us Something You Don't Know, and maybe you already know this, but Walt Wolfram, who is a linguist at NC State, has long been studying North Carolina's dialects and other dialects in other parts of the country. It is his contention that North Carolina has the most diverse dialects, diverse linguistics in the United States. In other words, there are more different ways to talk English, which isn't in itself very grammatical, in North Carolina.
Or taught right.
That's right. If you were in the western part of the state, all the I's become I, flattened out. But his argument is because of North Carolina's historical lack of transportation infrastructure versus the rest of the Southeast, for example, there were more distinct dialects in the Outer Banks and the Southeast and the Sandhills and the Tidewater counties next to Virginia and pockets in the Appalachian Mountains that are different from other pockets. But what's interesting about it is that while North Carolina is the most diverse state linguistically, according to Wolfram, it's changing. But so is the rest of the country. We are all converging into a more common accent, more common dialect. These regional distinctions are disappearing. Nothing new about that. It started happening almost a century ago with radio and the sort of stereotypical radio announcer voice, and most of the comedies and dramas on the radio were from New York and they had New York accents, and it changed the way people heard the English language, and later television even more strongly. Online media today, lots of kids today, they won't even learn dialect at home as much or on TV as much, they'll learn it online. And so it is making all the southern states more similar. But North Carolina still right now is the most distinct. And what I would say about that in terms of politics is what we usually talk about is that is a close analogy. North Carolina is also becoming less distinctive in our politics. Our politics used to be a little different from South Carolina's or Virginia's or Georgia's, certainly from Florida's. Not so much anymore. North Carolina, like the rest of the country, has become more nationalized in its political behavior, and I think that is analogous to the way our talking has become more nationalized, and I think y'all ought to spend more time talking about that.
So we're going to get rid of the Eastern North Carolina greeting? Hey, how you? Fine, how you?
It is going, unfortunately, a lot of these things are going away of their own accord.
Has he written a paper of something on this?
He's written books about this. I would highly recommend them. Also, if you ever meet Walt Wolfram and speak for a few minutes, he will tell you where you're from in the country with uncanny accuracy.
Interesting. I'd like to see that. I want to read his books. Well, thanks for watching the After Spin. We'll have more video all during the week on ncspin.com.